How important is it to a business like JPMorgan to actually have people physically coming back to work?
It's very important. I mean, I do think there'll be part of the world where a certain amount of people work from home permanently, certain sales, certain ops, so you can track the productivity, et cetera. I think there'll be a large portion who permanently work in the office. Think of our branches, cash management, probably most of the trading floors, et cetera. And there'll be some hybrids where you spend 2 weeks at home and 2 weeks in the office, or 3 weeks at home, a week in the office, or 3 days and 2 days and 2 days, 3 days. But so I think it will reduce the need for commercial real estate, but there are huge weaknesses to the Zoom world. I mean, most of us learned by an apprenticeship system, by seeing mistakes, going to trips, how do you handle a client, how do you handle a problem. So it's hard to inculcate culture and character and all those things when you have the Zoom world. Spontaneous combustion, it goes away. Hard to manage. It's hard to be very critical. You got 15 people on the screen. So what before was like a deep dive question, now looks a little bit rude. And I took a trip to California and met 100 people all outside, all wonderful, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's amazing how much you learn about your own business, your own bankers, your own clients, your own products. And I met with Snowflake and Marqeta. What you learn about technology and systems, you're not going to do that in the Zoom world. And so bankers, relationships. I think it's very hard to build and develop and deepen a relationship on the Zoom world. So you still, there'll be more Zooming. People like me will travel just as much as I did in the past.
As and when the vaccine does become available for your workforce, will you make it mandatory for people to take it if they do want to return?
It's hard to make it mandatory. And there are laws about that. I think what we'd like to do is kind of have carrots and sticks. We want people to take it. I think it's a far better thing. You certainly can't make it mandatory before it's fully accessible. So that question can't even be answered until June. But I do think you may see some companies do it. I mean, I can see an airline doing it or a hotel company doing it. I can see some people saying if the folks in our branches aren't vaccinated, they're not going in. So there will be pressure. And I would say carrots and sticks, not mandatory.